How to prevent bullying. Creation of school-family bridges. Module 5. Contents. Unit A. The actors of relationships in a school. A1. Pupils. A2. Parents. A3. Teachers. Unit B. Bullying in school. B1. Bullying phenomenon. Bullying in school. B2. Strategies to prevent, minimize, and eliminate bullying in school. B3. Bullying and school counseling. Unit C. Educational partnership. C1. Educational partnership as a form of communication, cooperation, and collaboration. C2. Public relationship plan. C3. Improving the quality of the educational partnership. Unit D. Examples of good practice. Activity 1. The weekend school. Activity 2. A, B, C education. Activity 3. Catalogue of emotions. Unit A. The actors of the relationship in school. The three actors of the relationship in school are pupils, parents, teachers. The relationship between pupils and parents, parents and teachers, teachers and pupils. Students, what do they need to learn at the onset of school? To build up social relationships, to form a sense of belonging to their school and class, to acknowledge and obey rules, to create and to implement their own ideas in an appropriate way, to be able to manage disappointments and constraints. Parents. The profile of the pupil's parent. The parent who participates with energy and interest in activities. The parent who engages in activities and talks to students about career, lifestyle, etc. The parent who mistakenly takes the financial aid for social role. The parent who engages unproductively and disrupts the educational process. The intrusive parent with a tendency to find solutions to the child's problems, thus making things worse for the child when it comes to social interactions. The completely disinterested parent, thinking the role of education belongs only to the school. The available parent, attending special activities from time to time. Activity. What kind of parent are you? Choose the description which suits you best. Style. The carpenter. What is this parent like? The carpenter parent thinks his child can be modeled. The point is that if you do the right things, acquire the right skills, and read the right books, you will be able to turn your child into the type of adult that you desire. Style. The overprotective parent. What is this parent like? The overprotective parent protects the child with eyes always set on the child. The overprotective parent is always ready to remove any obstacles that might get in the way. The overprotective parent completes homework, makes and remakes essays. The overprotective parent is always there to remove any obstacles, however small, occur. Style. Einstein's parent. What is this parent like? Einstein's parent forces the child to gain certain knowledge too early for their cognitive age and level of development. Parents of this kind insist, oblige, put pressure on the child to accumulate as many successes, achievements, trophies, prizes, incentives, etc. Style. The accessory parent. What is this parent like? The accessory parent measures their personal value and success according to their child's success. In the last decades, there appeared trophy child syndrome. Each achievement, however small, each grade is a reason for praise for the accessory parent. Now, tick the column on the right. Tick yes or no depending on the type of parent that you are. activity. What kind of parent are you? Choose the description which suits you best. Style. The gardener. What is this parent like? The gardener parent is less concerned about what the child will become. Instead, it offers a protected space to explore. The style of gardening parents involves creating a rich, educational, but diverse, variable, and dynamic ecosystem for the child. Style. The cool parent. What is this parent like? The cool parent is being considered cool by the child. This is more important than imposing limits, rules, or saying no. Style. The second place parent. What is this parent like? The second place parent gives up their influence on the child, allowing external influences, including the press, advertising, computers, YouTube, video games, TV, iPods, cell phones, and Facebook take over. The second place parent begins to lose authority in front of children who spend a lot of time on their mobile, tablet, or in front of the computer. Style. The no-name parent. What is this parent like? The no-name parent does not care about the child in any way, or even abandons or entrusts the child to others, relatives, or streets. The no-name parent has no concerns to provide the child with a comfortable microclimate, healthy eating, adequate rest. What kind of parent are you? Now tick the column on the right. Tick yes or no, depending on the style of parent you are. How to say no. Dialogue between child and parent. Child speaking. Mom, I want to have a birthday party. Parent. Of course, let's organize it. How many children are there in your class? Child. 30, but I only want to invite my best friends. Parent. It's inappropriate not to give invitations to all of them. Child. But I want to invite only 5 girls. Parent. And why is that? Child. I don't want them to come because I don't like them all. Parent. But you were invited and you went to all their birthday parties. It would be nice to invite them to yours too. Child. Don't you understand? I really don't want this. Parent. then there will be no party. Which is the target group? The activity is designed for parents. Which is the purpose of the activity? To identify some situations which can generate bullying and to temper the parent-child conflict. Which are the time resources? The activity is designed for 15 minutes. Which are the material resources? Flip charts, markers. Which is the scenario? The situation, the parent and the child behavior analysis, as well as the weak and strong points which are presented. Then there are discussions about the risks, the solutions, and the conclusions. Each team has to fill in a chart in which they will analyze behavior, risks, as well as solutions. Discussion. What was good in the parent behavior? Fill in the grid. What was good in the student's behavior? Fill in the grid. What was wrong in the parent's behavior? Fill in. What was wrong in the student's behavior? Fill in. Now, fill in the columns containing risks and solutions to the problem. Teachers. Characteristics that a teacher must have, according to Harvard Business School Press 2005. Teachers should be trustworthy. Teachers should be capable to communicate opinions and ideas. Teachers should be charismatic. Teachers should be capable to put into practice strong and attractive ideas. Teachers should be enthusiastic and dedicated to their work. Teachers should be self-confident. Teachers should have a galaxy of bright ideas, the memory of an elephant, the logic of a computer, ultra-sensitive sonar ears with noise filter, crystal clear communication system, effective with children, parents, and colleagues alike. An administrative arm, a firm grip, sign writer's script, musician's fingers, 360 degrees eyesight that can see positives before negatives, X-ray vision, healthy, wholesome sense of humor with no trace of sarcasm, racism, or ridicule. A helping hand, an encouraging hand, a guiding hand, a holding hand, leadership qualities, a heart of gold, flexibility across curriculum and school activities, strong, upright moral values. He should also have the solid foundation of knowledge firmly rooted in a culture of learning. All these are requirements for the perfect teacher. Does the perfect teacher really exist? The student-teacher relationship. Types of relationships. The autocratic relationship. The teacher orders, the student obeys. Free relationship. Education takes place according to the child's nature and contains in itself the tendency to improve. The teacher creates proper conditions for the student to freely develop their own personality. The non-directive relationship is based on the teacher's accepting attitude. There are no obstructions or interventions coming from the teacher, thus allowing the students to discover themselves, to explore their own interests, reasons, and ambitions. The democratic relationship is one of collaboration and cooperation. The student is guided and helped. This type of relationship is based on the principle of responsibility. Which is the type of student-teacher relationship in your educational system? What problems do students experience nowadays? Managing relationships with colleagues, family, teachers. Dependency on IT means. the difficulty of using school acquisitions, cognitive, affective, social, beyond the walls of the school. Manifesting inappropriate behaviors because they misunderstand some rights and freedoms, or that they do not respect, assume their duties. How do you think this list can be improved? Unit B. Bullying at home. Bullying starts at the age of 1 or 2 when children, by different ways of manipulating, dominate their parents or siblings. Manifestations: cry in order to get benefits, repeat making noises when they notice that they annoy the others, throw accidentally but intentionally food or other objects. Effects: negative feelings, annoyance, frustration, exasperation in the case of the parent, perceived by the child in a positive way. They have fun, feel good seeing they can dominate. The parents who are thus dominated easily assume the status of their child's authority without stopping their behavior. Bullying at school. Student-student relationship. Factors that generate bullying in school. Misunderstanding of freedom and democracy. The family's lack of implication in education. the financial situation of the family. Others. Forms of bullying. Verbal bullying, emotional bullying, physical bullying, cyber bullying. Bullying means repetitive action made by a person or a group. Intended action that hurts physically or emotionally. Action which is difficult to stop, which causes physical or emotional damage. Strategies to prevent, minimize, and eliminate bullying in school. Activities organized by the school together with the family. Visits, walking outs, trips, backpacking. Parents are involved in organizing and sponsoring these activities and live positive feelings together with their children. Celebrating children's birthdays is a good moment not only to practice good manners, but also to produce strong feelings related to the celebrated guests present to this event. Festivities for certain events with an effective meaning for the children are a good way during which parents can share with their students the excitement of a strong, emotionally charged situation. Let's celebrate diversity, equality, peace, freedom, justice. I have a dream, said Martin Luther King. Proposed activity: the tree of my life. Purpose: to become aware of the unique identities of the other people in interpersonal relationships. Procedure: each participant is given a sheet of paper and some pencils, and they are asked to draw a tree to represent them and to think about personal information they would like to write around the tree. Talking points. The uniqueness of each person, but also the fact that we interact with each other and that the individual trees form a forest. Key words. I strongly wish. My family. I want to become. Where I live. I am afraid of. What makes me feel sad? What do I enjoy doing? School, family, partnerships. Sessions with parents. Give the opportunity to interact, talk, and agree on the children's schedule or improvement. Lectures on topics suggested either by the teachers or by the parents with the declared purpose of a better information on the problems regarding the children's cognitive or emotional evolution. Individual meetings offer the possibility to personally be informed about the child's certain behavioral problems, to analyze the causes which have generated these manifestations, to start taking some educative actions whose efficacy is given by the consistency of their enforcement. Giving materials which could help parents to assist and monitor their children. Organizing supporting groups for those with behavioral problems. Bullying and school counseling. School counseling is an intensive process of providing psychopedagogical assistance to students, parents, and other people involved in the educational process. Teachers, parents, tutors, and social authorities. In school groups, counseling is a particular form of interaction and influence which helps to homogenize the group of students. Counseling seeks the personal, educational, and social development of students, supports the students to become able to help themselves, to understand both themselves and the surrounding reality. Helps them to have a positive attitude and a better picture of themselves, thus managing to achieve the success of the school. Attempts to prevent personal and educational crisis situations. Focuses on the family, child, school unit. School counseling is a work of art. Activity. Be a body, not a bully. Our purpose: to improve the school-family relationship in order to prevent bullying. What we do: informal activities. The school sends an invitation to organize a once a month communitarian lunch for all the pupils in that school and their parents, as well for the extended community. Each participant contributes according to their own wishes and possibilities. There will be a common space where everybody will eat and relax. There can be organized No Violence Week, Be a Body, Not a Bully posters. Formal activities: parents' meetings, specific activities held by the class teacher. Public relations plan. Why do we need a plan? What is worth to be done is worth to be well done. Nicolas Poussin. We could adapt this aphorism in the field of education, underlining the idea that if we start drafting and working on a partnership, then we should do all these according to high standards. No school organization can develop by itself without having connections with the community. Being by definition an educational institution which responds and adapts to the needs of a continuously changing society, it is bounded, or better said, it is part of the group of partners who help and support each other and who have a common purpose: the development in the large sense of the world. How is this plan of public relations campaign made? 1. A SWOT analysis is made in order to identify the strengths, the weaknesses, or the opportunities or threats of a project. 2. The target public categories are settled. A. The main target public: the parents, the pupils, the teachers. B. The secondary target public: other relatives. C. Undifferentiated, diffused secondary target public: acquaintances, other members of the community. 3. The ways of action are settled. Direct communication with parents, parties, contests with prizes, trips, walkings in the park, etc. Massive communication: articles, advertisements, educational fairs, leaflets and brochures, etc. 4. Objectives are settled. 5. The chronological action plan is made. 6. We start the course of the plan itself. How is the plan of public relations campaign made? Improving the quality of the educational partnership. We appeal to Deming's circle in order to make a good projection of the partnership. To plan implies establishing the objectives and looking for ways to accomplish them. To do implies to implement, to develop the actions according to the settled schedule. To check implies evaluating the existent results, comparing the obtained results to the initial objectives. It is necessary to settle from the beginning the objective measurement indicators in order to have a good check results. These indicators inform the unit about the evolution of the quality, about the extent in which the objectives and the results interfere. To act is synonym for to improve. Once the errors are located, they are analyzed in order to determine their origin and to study the way in which the causes can be eliminated. Proposed activity. The fishbowl. Needs. What we aim at. Practicing collaboration and communication within the group. Identifying the main needs of students as they see them. How to do it. 5 students sit in a circle and talk for 5 minutes on the theme. The needs of today's students. 15 other students sit around them in a circle. Within the group, one student is the moderator of the discussion, one is the observer, one is the rapporteur, and one is in charge with the time management. After 5 minutes, the rapporteur summarizes the discussion. Questions. How did you collaborate within the group? What did you notice during the discussions? Are your needs the same as the others? Did the students 10 or 15 years ago have the same needs as you? What's different? Proposed activity. The alphabet of thoughts and feelings. In order to make more easily the difference between what we think and what we feel when we send a message, make a dictionary of thoughts and feelings. Fill in the jar on the left with words related to feelings. Now, fill in the jar on the right with words related to thoughts. Write down your words on the 2 separate columns. Arrange them alphabetically. Plan of intervention to prevent, minimize, and eliminate bullying in school. Stages. A. Overcoming the discomfort that is based on the idea that the effort is too difficult. Removing feelings of helplessness, lack of hope about the idea that the problem is far too difficult and that they are too weak to do anything. C. Waiving the fear of failure and inoculation of the idea that any small success is significant. D. Removing the tendency to rebellion resulting from the subject's view that it must have full control over its own destiny and that they can do whatever they want by practicing the value judgment techniques. Plan of intervention. Fill in the grid. Column 1. The problem. Column 2. Objectives. Column 3. Measures, actions. Column 4. Expected results. Column 5. The implementation time. Column 6. The human resource involved. Column 7. Coordinator. Column 8. The evaluation indicators. Now, take your time to fill in the plan. Activity. Spider web. Purpose. To understand the role of each person in interpersonal relationships. Procedure. The students standing in a circle throw a ball of thread from one to the other, holding an end of the string and saying what good things they bring in a friendship in terms of behaviors. The result is a spider web that indicates that we are interconnected. Talking points. Why the relationships between people are important. Friendships, cooperation, etc. What other important relationships they have at their age? What relationships should be maintained? Activity. Mythbusters. Myth 1. Students need adult intervention in every conflict they have. Myth 2. Students must take revenge on those who have assaulted them. Myth 3. The bullying phenomenon develops the character. Myth 4. Bumps and stones can hurt you, but the words never hurt you. Myth 5. This is not bullying, it's just teasing. Myth 6. This has happened for ages, but it was not called bullying. Myth 7. Children are children. Such conflicts are normal between them. Which is the target group? The activity is designed for parents and teachers. Which is the purpose? School-family collaboration. Breaking myth to reduce the phenomenon of bullying. Which are the time resources? 10 minutes. Which are the material resources? Projector, flip chart, markers, worksheets. Which is the scenario? The moderator presents the most common bullying myth. The participants are divided into groups of 4 people and the myths are distributed. The task is to show on a flip chart sheet how the parents can change these concepts with arguments and activities. Unit C. The educational partnership. The way of communication, collaboration. The educational partnership is a form of communication, cooperation, and collaboration in supporting the child during the educational process. It involves a series of educative requirements, options, decisions, and actions between the educational factors. The acceptance of the differences and the tolerance of different opinions. The equalization of the chances of taking part in educative activities. Interactions accepted by all partners. Effective communication between participants. Collaboration, common action in which everyone has their own different role, and cooperation, actions in which interrelations and common roles happen. Key words in a partnership: trust, performance, teamwork, plan, collaboration, win-win, business. They all lead to success. Partnership. What are the school's expectations? Parents should offer excellent development conditions. Parents should offer a safe, quiet environment which favors learning. Parents should emphasize to the students on the importance of education for the adult life. Parents should guide the students in having a balance between school activities and those from home. Parents should communicate frequently and openly with the teachers. Parents should teach children self-discipline and respect for the others. Parents should accept the responsibility of being a parent. Parents should support the school's actions. What are the parents' expectations? To be receptive to their children's needs, interests, and abilities. Fair school tasks to be assigned to all pupils. To show dedication in educating the children. To treat fairly all the students. To intensify the students' positive discipline. To give clear instructions regarding the way parents could help their children study. What are the practical actions of the ongoing educational partnership? Parents' meetings. Parents' lectures and workshops. Individual meetings, discussions. Counseling. Trips, school celebrations. Children's works exhibitions. Open days. Demonstrative lessons. Volunteering activities. Here you have illustrations of activities in which parents, students, teachers, as well as members of the local community are involved. Children, alongside with parents, carving pumpkins for Halloween. Parents reading to children in class. or other guests in various class activities. Exchange of experience. Which is the target group? Students, parents. Which is the purpose? To create conditions for a positive learning experience. Which are the time resources? The activity is designed for 2 hours. Which are the material resources? Flip chart markers, board, projector, questionnaire. Which is the scenario? The teacher introduces himself, herself, and announces her role in the exchange. The parents who are present are asked to introduce themselves and to speak about the relationship with their own child and the school. The teacher gives each participant a sheet of paper and asks them to write down one thing they expect from this activity and then stick the sheet on the board. Presentation of theme and objectives. Setting the time limit for each activity and planned breaks. By common agreement, the rules are decided. Cell phones, time limit, polite communication. The rules are written on a board or on a flip chart to be obeyed by all participants. The teacher makes a short presentation of the project that includes the activity Weekend School, indicating the main concepts, the partners involved, the purpose of the activity. Eventually, parents get a questionnaire regarding training needs within the activity Weekend School. Conclusion. Taking part in extracurricular activities, parents and students together helps them to understand themselves through observing and interpreting their own behavior during these activities.
Looks like rain again today. Dark clouds gather and fill the sky. Don't know how to talk to you, just know how to say goodbye. You ain't got a driver's license! I don't think so. Go back where you came from. Learn to speak English. Go back where you came from.
Film created by Napkin Preventing Child Abuse. Motto: make your influence positive. For more information, go to napkin.org.o.
It looks like rain again.
Activity: children see, children do. Which is the target group? Parents, teachers. Which is the purpose? School family collaboration, highlighting how children learn from the behavior they see in their environment. The importance of the personal model for a harmonious parent-child relationship. Which are the time resources? The activity is designed for 10 minutes. Which are the material resources? Projector, flip chart, markers, worksheets. Which is the scenario? After watching the prepared video clip, participants are invited to say what word, phrase they have in mind in connection with the content of the movie being watched. The participants should then ask some questions and put them on post. How does parenting behavior influence school children's behavior? How do I see my child at 25, 30 years old? What can school offer to correct these behaviors? Now, put your answers to the questions on the drawing. What can school offer to correct these behaviors? Take your time, write down your answers on post-its, and then stick them on the drawing of the house. The ethics of working with parents. Be polite and patient. Do not attack their child. Listen first, talk later. Never burst in front of parents. Instead, find out what complaints they have and counter them. Focus on the child's positive attributes. Make sure to inform parents in an encouraging tone about the areas the child needs to work on. Never talk in front of the child. Whether it's about his virtues or vice, you shouldn't do it. Make sure parents know you have the situation under control. Be motivating. Parents like a teacher who can offer them a glimmer of hope when it comes to their child's weaknesses instead of demoralizing them. Work with parents as a team. It should not be one-sided. By working together, both sides can do their part in helping the child and come up with ideas, strategies, and plans to implement in hopes of narrowing the concerns and enabling an environment where the child can reach their full potential. Unit D. Workshop. The school-family relationship. Which is the target group? Parents, teachers. Which is the purpose? Involving the parents as active participants, using the school space as a space of communication. Which are the time resources? The activity is designed for 1 hour. Which are the material resources? Projector, flip charts, markers, worksheets. Which is the scenario? Workshop. The participants are divided into 4 teams. Each team is given a task to complete. One team will represent the characteristics of the relationship of school family through words. One team will represent the relationship school family through drawings. One team will represent the relationship school family using formulas and equations. One team will represent the portrait of the involved family in the school life through words. Each team will present their final products. Discussions about team collaboration with the aim of creating a profitable climate for all educational partners. Feedback. Mene me. On your right, you see a drawing of a little person. You have to fill in the 3 sections of the drawing. In the section with the light bulb, write the new knowledge and skills you have acquired as a result of the activities. In the heart section, write down your feelings during the presentation. Finally, the footprint is the area where you have to write down future actions and behavior which you intend to do. As well as this, draw your face. Put on a smiling face, a pleased one, a bored one, a tired one, a surprised one, depending on how you feel. Thank you for taking this module. The module has been designed by Gymnasium School 79, Bucharest, Romania.